Hello YouTube, it's Pounder36 here with another video, and today I'm basically compiling a list of all the apps that I think are must-have for your rooted Android device. And please note that I am excluding BusyBox and SuperUser because they basically come standard with any root. Okay, well let's get into the first app, which is Titanium Backup. So Titanium Backup lets you batch backup and restore system and system apps, basically. It's so great, and user apps, of course, but it also lets you back up system data so that the data within your apps that you have installed, they're going to be there whenever you run a ROM and you want all your stuff back. So what you're going to do is run that ROM, flash it. Once you go in, you're going to go into the Google Play Store, download Titanium, and just after you've backed up your apps before on your previous ROM, you're going to restore. I just restored all apps with data, and it worked fine for me today. I did it, on the AOKP ROM, and I haven't found another solution to that problem. It saved me tons of time with having to go down to the Play Store and re-download all my apps. So if you don't have Titanium, I really don't know what you would use as another solution to backing up. There is other apps out there, but none of them work nearly as well as Titanium Backup. There's a premium version for between $6 and $7. I don't know if I would recommend it. That's what I'm using right now, and it works well, but I haven't seen any difference. Well, I've seen a small difference between the premium and free. So if I had to now, I'd probably just take free because I'd save myself $7 and buy a better root app. But Titanium is really the industry standard for rooting. And I mean, this is a must-have app. Okay, so the second app is ROM Manager, and I am running premium. So ROM Manager lets you do just that, manage your ROMs. And you can also, make Nandroid backups, restore Nandroid backups, and backup. So you can install ROM from SD using this. You can download ROMs. I have a problem with their selection of ROMs though. They are a tad bit outdated. Probably more than a tad bit actually. They're pretty outdated. For instance, I got my AOKP milestone 4 off of here, and they're already up to milestone 6, and they don't have that yet. It's a little bit frustrating. I wish they would have updated it, but it looks like the newest ROM that they have I'm looking at is, well, I mean CyanogenMod Nightly's, but they come out with those every day, so, but I don't know. It just feels a little bit outdated. But this is really the only app that you can flash ROMs on. App-wise, you can do it using recovery, booting into recovery, but that's a bit more complicated, and for the average, well, not even the average user, I guess, but most people will want to just do it this way. It's a lot simpler. It makes it pretty simple to do this, to back up and everything. But this is a must-have app. It really introduces you well into downloading ROMs and flashing ROMs and everything like that. And the person who made Clockwork Mod actually made this app too. So this is definitely a must-have app. Again, ROM Manager, premium and free version, whatever you like. So the next app is, while we're kind of on the topic of ROMs, will be ROM Toolbox. And I've got premium. So we'll discuss premium pretty much. On top of letting you manage ROMs and all that good stuff, it's got tons of other things. It's got, as you can see, an app manager, a browser for, root, ad blocker, all this great stuff, all these great tools. You can even do some CPU. Again, you can read all this, I guess, if you can get the free version too, but probably my favorite part is the stuff that you can do to customize your interface. So, for instance, boot animation. And with this version, you've got so many. Just scroll down here, you got tons and tons of boot animations. You know, it's great. They're all functional on my device for sure. They've got, you know, boot logo changer, but it's not compatible with my Galaxy Nexus. And they've got themes on themes. They've got just a great selection. And my favorite part probably is just all this customization. I mean, this is one of my favorite apps. Not just root apps, but just apps. You know, and I like the selection of ROMs that they've got. They've got a ton. They've got up-to-date AOKP, Milestone 6, and you know, a lot of good ROMs here. You know, they're pretty up-to-date. But if you